Leah, can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, but I didn't have this. I couldn't speak. Now I can.
Okay. I can hear you clearly.
Nice.
Let's give some minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome, Elias. Welcome, Petros.
Guys, how are you today? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Sorry?
Great. You can hear me. I was just testing your mic.
Okay. I can hear you, but it's like you are inside in a well or something.
Am I still in a well?
Yeah.
You're very faint.
All right, I'll try to be louder.
Or get closer to the mic. Ta-da-dum.
Can you hear me better now?
Yep.
Or now?
Yeah, it's better.
Much better, right?
Yeah. Let's give some minutes, guys, and we'll start.
I'm looking forward to this. I'm looking forward to this all week.
Well, I hope we don't disappoint, eh?
No, I know it's going to be exciting.
I hope so too. And if not exciting, at the very least informative, right?
Yeah, scripta manet, my friend.
Yeah, we're making history.
It's hard work, but we are indeed.
What's your name?
Rodolfo.
Rodolfo, we talked again before the F13, I think.
Yeah.
Was that you?
Yes, we did.
Yeah. How that went with the F13?
We didn't get any proposals in.
Yeah, we neither.
So
it was a hard time.
It's been rough in terms of sort of momentum and I don't want to say support, but the general idea of us knowing we're building the right things. But we're still going. So we're gonna get the MVP out. We're gonna give that its due shot, and we're gonna continue to work with the community and the ecosystem to see like how far we can go, proving the model, proving the system before we then reach out and start getting people from the real world use cases, real world scenarios. So it's gonna be the ride it will be.
Okay, I think we can start.
Fine by me.
John is here. John, can open your mic to test.
Yes, hello. Let me introduce myself. I'm Yanis, John, for international career. Very glad. Very glad to have Fida Finance here, and because my father is an insurance, is a broker, insurance broker, and I am like his pupil. It is very exciting for me to have Fida Finance here. So welcome, and I hope we have a great space.
Rodolfo, John and Elias will be my co-host to help me with coding interview. Okay. So, hello everyone, and thanks for joining us today. I'd like to kick things off with a quick introduction. We're OdyC Dao. We're a decentralized autonomous organization, a community that tries through transparency and collaboration we're focusing in creative value in the decentralized ecosystem. We're trying to bring things together, builders, thinkers, enthusiasts, shape the future in our crypto ecosystem. whether it's through governance projects or partnerships. So we are excited to have you all here on April 6, 2025, for what promises to be an insightful and engaging space. I'm Siagas Konstantinos, I'm your host for today, and we've got an awesome lineup to dive into. We'll be exploring some exciting updates, ideas, and opportunities in the decentralized world with a special guest in the spotlight, our friends at Fida Finance. So grab a seat. Let's start. Let's see an overview of Fida Finance. Can you tell us about Fida Finance's founding story and the vision behind the project?
Of course. So we started this about 4 years ago, let's say 3.5 years ago. It was two previous co-founders and myself that we've seen a gap or an opportunity on how reinsurance currently operates. Myself being a huge fan of decentralization and the possibilities that systems like Cardano and more broadly speaking, the secure decentralized blockchains of the world can bring in to change fundamentally how some systems work. It's been a passion project for me since then. I've had several times where I've actually needed insurance and I didn't have it, and the mechanisms through which the whole thing works, I think, can really benefit from what we're building. So what we're building is a decentralized reinsurance capital provision engine. So what does that translate to in layman's terms, or in simpler words? If the insurance industry right now is, let's say, a 4 or 3 tier system, and it starts, of course, with the end customer, right? The person who wants to get insurance for their car, their boat, let's say healthcare insurance, all these different types of insurance, right? Let's abstract them away. And at the end of the day, is that what the mechanism that they all do is say, well, for this protection, for this ability to, if something bad happens to me, I will get enough to recover or enough to fix whatever it is that is wrong, right? A medical bill, or the car mechanic expenses, or if it's a totaled car, the value of the car, right? So in order to get this back and have this insurance, then I'm willing to pay a premium of X, right? $1, $10 a month, what be you? And you go to an insurer, and the insurer says, okay, I actually understand this works for everyone, and they sign up these insurance policies. The insurer then, if he does a good job, will get more and more clients. Eventually, you get to a point where the liabilities or the risk that insurer has are beyond their capacity, right? Beyond their capital. So maybe let's say they have 3 of their neighbors as insured for home insurance or life insurance, and then they have 2 more people that want to come in, but they don't have the capital, right? So it's 3 neighbors for $1 million. They have $3 million. They don't have the other 2 to get to total of $5 million in insurance for their 5 neighbors. So they go out and they seek someone to take the risk with them, or a reinsurer. So insurance companies and insurance brokers, I guess, they are then selling this risk. They are offloading the insurance risk to someone that maybe has the needed capital, right? And then reinsurers are sort of living at the end of the pyramid, and they have a variety of different insurance policies and insurance treaties, which is a bunch of policies together that they operate. So then these are people that have trillions of dollars worth of insurance collateral or insurance policies that then they need to have collateralized. Where Fida comes in is to offer a decentralized version of this same structure. If you notice that as things evolve, right, the smaller insurers, they need to get more and more capital, and this tends to have a centralizing effect, where as of today, at the end of the spectrum, the reinsurers, there's less than a dozen around the world, because it's really a centralizing effect that happens. And they have the ability they've lobbied, and they have the ability to do things like similar to fractionalized banking, or what they call solvency levels. So eventually you get enough variety in the risk that it is very unlikely that all of your policies are claimed together. So if you think about the insurer who has, for example, his 5 neighbors, then it's somewhat likely that all 5 neighbors get the same flu. Or if it's house insurance, fire protection, right, then it's very likely for a fire to hit everyone in the neighborhood. But if you're a reinsurer, you have people in all over the world, right? And then it's very unlikely for everyone in the world, albeit except it's a pandemic, right, to get sick, or to have every house that you're having as a policy to get burnt. And if you have a variety of different verticals of risk, it's even less likely, right, that all of the houses and all of the people get sick, and et cetera, et cetera. So you're allowed to say, well, I have enough for a 1 in a 200-year event, 1 in a 500, 1 in a 150-year event, and that is fine. And that's basically the way that reinsurance operates today. So what do? We take, and it's like, okay, so that's how they do. But what we will do is, instead of having a centralized effect, we will split it out, and then we can refund or split it into different cards or tokens, and then everyone can invest $10, $5 in insurance, and then that adds up again in a decentralized platform, in a decentralized system, to enough capital to protect your 5 neighbors, your 5 the 5 houses, or what have you, in such a way that instead of the bigger companies saying, "Oh yeah, trust us, it'll work for I have enough for this 1 in a 200-year event," or "We run the simulations, you can just see it's perfectly fine." You actually see the capital locked in on the blockchain, and this prevents a bunch of fraud on the other end, which is more common than people like to admit to themselves.
So Rodolph, if I understood correctly, let's say I approach you and I ask you, I need a life insurance. Let's make it practical, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did I understand correctly that you will go out and create, let's say, 10,000 NFTs, and you will gather the money for my insurance, to cover my insurance, my life insurance, from these NFTs? Practically, how is it going to work?
So half of it is correct. So the people, we are the reinsurance end. So the people who will get to get the policies, they don't necessarily go to Fida, they go to an insurance company or a broker that leverages Fida. So the end user doesn't go directly to us. We will not offer individual policies to individual people.
Perfect, super, thanks. That really clarifies a lot in my head, because I didn't know if you will go out and create, you know, 1 million small shops selling insurance, or how it's going to work practically. So I will still approach Inter-American. I don't know, guys, do we still have Inter-American in Greece, or AXA, or whatever?
Inter-American is working, yes.
It's still working. Yeah, good. So it's not. I don't know if I could use the name, or any insurance, and so that insurance is going to go for what we call in Greek, I think the word is adasphalistes, or reinsurance. So this is where Fida comes in. So are you planning to be one of the reinsurers? Because I
Exactly.
so I understand that the big insurance, the customer focused, the customer facing company will still sell the insurance. Then this customer facing company will goes actually in this traditional system, it goes to 2, 3, 4, 5, I don't know, depends on the insurance, and sells a part of the insurance to
Exactly.
other companies, right? So Fida wants to be one of them. Is that how you're planning to work?
That's exactly it. That's
Perfect.
exactly how the plan works. So you have that insurance company, that insurance broker, this insurance person that has their contracts, that has their policies, and what we build out is a treaty. So we funge all the policies together. Let's say it's 100 policies total for $1 million, and there's $100 million, and we do a probably with other. We'll start off with real world. We'll start off with other reinsurers, and then we do follow on with the main reinsurer behind that policy. So that means that
super. So why do you want to do this in a decentralized way? And why don't you go to a bank, get 5 million, I don't know, 10 million loan, a loan of 10 million, and you start off your company? Why in a decentralized way?
That is a great question. So the decentralization bit comes as the system evolves. But let's start saying, or let's start defending why on a blockchain, and leave the decentralization bit for later. Why on a blockchain? Because first of all, we make the process of verification of the funds being there fully transparent, fully available. It's the regulators are extremely happy because they can at any point run their own simulations against the funds. They can verify the KYC and all of the aspects of whatever it is that they need. And from the people who are investing perspective, then they get to benefit from the reuse of the capital. So because it's on a blockchain, there are mechanisms to, for example, let's say
Traceability.
10%, traceability, but also take 10% of the capital that is still locked, and then place it on something like a lending platform, like, for example, Liquid Finance, right? Or if it's ADA, then the staking benefits of having it just on the blockchain are additional yields beyond just the premiums of the people having insurance. So what we're doing is first making it super transparent and easy for everyone to verify, including regulators. Second, you get the capital efficiency of what I've just said, right? That the capital that is locked is also able to do other things, like be used in the lending protocol, and you get the immediate retrieval, etc., or participating in staking processes. And that's also a benefit. So you get more for your money, and that's going to solve one of the problems that I haven't addressed.
That is so smart, Robo.
Exactly.
That's so smart. Wow. I just got it. Oh my, it's amazing, because you can defeat the traditional system because everything is transparent. So when you go to a big company, you have nothing to hide. You don't hide. You cannot hide anything, right?
Mm-hmm.
But at the same point, I can see a problem now, and I want your input. I want you to help me understand.
Before we move on, Elias,
Yeah.
before we move on, because you are unstoppable, I would love to say to all of you, follow Fida Finance, repost our space, and follow each other. We're in the same ecosystem. We are in the same space. That's all, folks. Elias, move on, please.
Okay, yeah, sorry. I mean, I'm excited. When I hear a good idea, I'm all excited. So the problem I see is money. How big do you have to be as an institution to approach a big, huge organization to be noticed? Because if I saw that there was a sale of NFTs some time ago, and I guess this is how you're going to gather the funds, right? Is this right? By the sale of NFTs?
No. Those NFTs we did are sort of a way for us to like reach out to the community, connect with people who wanted to be, let's say, founders, follow us along. It offers benefits when you're on the platform, and it's also already offering benefits because the founders are getting sort of airdrops from the partners we're finding on chain, and it lets you.
I have to say, I missed that minting. I was so sad I missed it. I'm looking for the next one. Anyway, that's kind of personal. So sorry I interrupted you again, but I hear these all good ideas, and as Costa said, I'm unstoppable. And that's what we're also trying to do with OdyC in Greece. I mean, we're mainly focused on the Greek community. And we're trying to do more and more and spread the word, and we're trying for more and more with workshops, with seminars. We're trying to make people aware of crypto, but Cardano mainly, because most of us, we have that weakness of being Cardano maximalists, or I think it's not a weakness. And this comes to my next question. Why Cardano and not Solana? Why Cardano and not Ethereum?
So that is a great question. And we need to go back to what it is that we're doing. We're building a reinsurance platform. And eventually we aspire to manage trillions of dollars worth of collateral. And the only place that is secure and expressive enough to do that is Cardano. So security and the experience of holding trillions of dollars safely, we have Bitcoin. But then Bitcoin doesn't have the expressivity to allow us to write the contracts that we need to handle the reinsurance properly. Then the next runner-up would be Ethereum, but then Ethereum has too much risk. I know they call it robbery forest for a reason. And the risks start to compound. So just to represent a dollar or the euro or any other currency on chain, you need to write code, right? You now have smart contract risk on the currency you're representing that isn't at all protected by any of the core accounting software. You need to rewrite it yourself. So yes, there's an ERC20 standard, and that is stable enough, but it has its own risks, right? So you have the currency risk starting from the just representing it through smart contracts. The second one is that the interactions and the workflow that you do, because it isn't expressed on chain, that also then has a much larger risk that you don't get on Cardano for our use cases. So the expressivity of Ethereum makes everything that much riskier.
Awesome.
Yeah.
You don't have to persuade me for Cardano. I mean, but now with Cardano, we do have access to more funding through Bitcoin, right? Through
not yet, but
well,
we can wait a little bit more.
Yeah, but very soon. So, yeah.
That's definitely something we are super excited about. Being able to provide Bitcoin as a collateral for people seeking Bitcoin insurance without having the Bitcoin ever leave that network. So we've been in talks with the different people building out this DeFi layer for Bitcoin, and we're very, very, very active and aware of what that would mean. We have existing brokers.
And you will do a good service for Bitcoiners, if you allow me the word, the terminology, because you have, they call it digital gold. I have my doubts, but anyway, you have something that makes nothing. But with this, you give them the opportunity to create wealth.
Exactly.
And now, let me take you to my next area of a question, which is the financial strategy and performance of how are you before we can continue. How are you planning to accumulate the required wealth to be able to knock on a door of a big corporation, a big insurance company, so you can be a reinsurer?
That is a great question. We have it's also because the money isn't there, it's also an open question. One of our assumptions is that the community will step up. So because it is this open platform, and because there will be this yield, we do believe people will come in and essentially boost their staking on whatever currencies or whatever capital that they would have. That's the core belief, right? That's what we believe. Ultimately, as the platform matures and continues to prove itself, we want this decentralization. We want to recover the notion of insurance as everyone else betting on your own success. So if the core of insurance is that you bet against yourself, just in case, so you're hedging your own ability to produce, and then the rest of the community says, no, we got you, right? It's like, we're going to work with you and we're going to align our own incentives towards your success. And that is the ultimate goal of Fida.
And it is hard, for sure. It's a hard. And how can we help? How can
spreading this word, right? Participating, joining our Discord as we go live, reviewing the system. You that have this experience in the insurance industry, for sure, can make these introductions. We can become this. We'll start off small, right? We can become this sidecar where we hold 5%, 2% of a bigger contract and just do follow on, which was the original idea. But there's also mechanisms through which you can do your own. Let's say the people in the DAO want to get director's insurance, right? And you want to do it in your own currency. That means you can come in, you become your own brokers, and you put in an offer for the broader Cardano community, or even your own people, to just insure yourselves, reuse the mechanisms that we have, and just apply for to become a broker and apply to get this treaty on board.
Now you change the whole concept. Now, hang on. Are you telling me that we, the 40 founders of DAO, can have a life insurance? If we decide, all of us, to have a life insurance, or we can insure the DAO, let's say, we can come to you for an arrangement? Is that what you're telling us? Oh,
yeah, that's something.
Okay, well, we have to take this offline then.
Yeah, of course.
That's something that we're very much looking to do, because we do want to bootstrap, and we do need to prove the system, right? We want to go to the larger insurance companies of the world and say, look, this is the system working. This is the amount of treaties we have. It's much better on Cardano. So come on board. We had partnered with two sort of insurance blockchain native insurance companies that they have since stopped, but they were also on Cardano, and the idea was that we would give them that extra capacity. We would be the reinsurance arm for them to provide their services. So we're still trying to build up this momentum.
Well, yeah, go ahead.
I'm gonna hit the brakes of Elias now. We are in a half an hour. We're gonna pass the mic to John, and keep your questions, Elias, for after the John John's question. Yeah.
Sure.
Hello again. Okay, too much information. Very, very, very important for me. I have to say that I heard your previous space with V Finance. I didn't quite get the concept, but now I understand it fully. I think the questions of OdyC Dao team were on point. So let's calm a little. I want to ask you some basic stuff because I lost some minutes from the start of the conversation. I had connection problems. I hope World Mobile come to fix that in Greece. And and I would like to take it a little bit from the beginning. If you answer it already, okay, you don't have to answer it twice because I lost some minutes. I would like to hear about a little about your you are some founders, okay? I would like to know who you are. What are your connections to insurance market? Because I guess you have some background on it.
So,
Γιατί δεν μιλάει ο άνθρωπος?
Fida Finance is out. Περίμενε. Wait, John.
Yes.
I don't know if you heard your questions.
I think we just.
We can hear you.
I don't think we can hear Rudolph.
Yeah, X has these problems. He's out. In my screen, he's out of. He's not a speaker anymore. So
Yes.
So, but this is quite exciting, exciting news, and I'm so happy we have Fida Finance in our space today because it did make lots and lots of things, and here we have him again, Rodolfo.
Rodolfo is up. Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, Rodolfo.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, that acted.
Did you miss the question or you heard it?
I heard the question. I was like downgraded. I requested being speaker again. I have no idea what X did. But okay, we're back. Yes, so this started between Andrew Bonus, which is a insurance. He is his experience in insurance is with product and feature owner for multiple reinsurance startups, and now for a Medicaid application insurance system in the U.S. And he had to leave because of some personal issues, and I am currently the main driver. My experience is in software development and functional programming, because of course that is how I got my into Cardano. For a while, we were also working with a a person who is currently CEO of Howden Group in the Middle East, and they are still both advisors for us, but the core team is myself and our key software developer, aside of myself, Sławomir. Sorry, I can't pronounce Polish names very well. And this is us. We have Claire from the Philippines, who's been doing all all of their outreach, all of the connects. This is the core of the team, and we're just doing this bare bones in our sort of the famous garage idea of just getting it out there while we keep our families going and etc. So I hope that answers your question about who's behind Fida.
Yes, and thank you very much, because knowing the team is very important, in my opinion. Not only for crypto, for everything, for every business. So, I speaking to a Cardanian, very glad for that. I would like to know if you can answer, because I understand you are a developer most of all. Is there some connections to some country? Fida Finance tries to. Okay, everybody has to start from somewhere. So, which will be the first market that Fida Finance targets, and how will it start? Because there are too many insurance products out there. There are countless, literally.
Yes.
So how will you start? Because I guess you don't do everything from the first day, and it's very logical that.
So where do we start? We start with the core algorithm, right? The core logic that we have for our USP, and that is what we've been talking to from the beginning, right? This ability to take in refunds and split off a particular risk into multiple parts that can be settled afterwards, and that's what we've built. So we have the risk transfer engine. From there, on the, let's say, on the business side, we are looking for the first start. So we can continue with the idea from Pains, which was the first on-chain identity theft and similar. They had their USP was that they would sign off on particular NFT projects that they would protect against rug pull or similar types of scenarios. We could do that because we've agreed with them a particular set of starts that we could do. There's also on-chain reinsurance that we could do with on-chain life insurance that we could do with another expert that is very close to us, and leverage it on any country that has digital death certificates. So these were our two start points for let's say this is 2020. So for last year, we also got the huge opportunity to do earthquake parametric insurance with an Oracle and Howden Insurance, which is the fourth largest insurance group. But we didn't get funding on, this was for last Catalyst Fund, we didn't get funding for that project. And we're still trying to keep it alive. So first things first, first thing is the risk transfer engine, get that secure so we can actually have the ability to hold the collateral, to process the premium payments and do it safely, and have a risk transfer engine on top of which we could build this these systems. So we're taking it in the Cardano tradition, slow, but or apparently slow, but just through first principles. So we need to have the engine working. The last thing we want is to take in, like start in a particular vertical, take in a particular type of insurance, and then have a bug in our smart contract, or have the ability to get hacked and then spoil what would be the first time that insurance is done completely on chain.
Very exciting. I understand. I completely understand that you begin with crypto, with Cardano, I guess, ecosystem, and maybe to others, and yes, go to the other sectors because you start from crypto. Your audience is from crypto, so it's completely logical.
Exactly.
I also want to ask you. Okay, you ask a little bit of funding to have a nice start from the Cardano community. That is a very solid community, a very loyal community, and I guess I heard that you asked for the previous fund from Catalyst. Are there Cardano community is one target. The other targets are Catalyst, some VCs, maybe. Is there any funding plan?
We've been trying for a while. So we've just not had the right partner, the desired luck. There's a lot of story there, which I won't go into. There's no point. But again, once we have the system in place, we will definitely go back to this process, right? So if before we only had the idea, now we're almost done with the MVP. We're going to go live on testnet in the coming months, and from there we will start again.
Of course, and I wish you the best of luck. So we have some interesting products in our ecosystems, War Mobile, Palmyra, Empower. All this can be connected with insurance. Because I know about insurances a little bit, one of my first questions to the War Mobile community is, can I insure my AirNode? I purchased the AirNode. I am an AirNode operator, but I want to be sure that this AirNode that I put my money in will continue to exist in the next, let's say, 10 years. So I see the opportunity there to work within the Cardano ecosystem. And I would like to ask you if you have any plans for cooperation with these other projects on Cardano.
We've reached out and have started conversations with both Empower and Palmyra, but we're back to the problem of we've not been able to go much further because we need the platform live. So yes, a strong and resounding yes, and it's just been so much. It's taken us so much longer than we thought to build out this software, which would make sense given our ability, the amount of time we've been able to give to it. Yeah, again, personal issues have slowed us down.
Yes, that's beautiful, and I believe you can make it. And it is needed, in my opinion. It's very needed, as it is needed to have a wide range of insurances in the blockchain, because I'm a blockchain believer, and I will be glad to work with Fida Finance in my professional life. I wish you the best of luck, and I would like to ask you, what is the best scenario in 5 years from now for you? What would you like to see from Fida Finance? What will you get? Which market will you refer? And all of these things.
That's a great question. So in 5 years from now, I would love to see a thriving community within Fida Finance of insurance experts and insurance practitioners, right? And then a additional layer on top, right? This ability to go out and have insurance be easy to get, right? Because it's already on chain, and then there's a group of thriving new insurance companies and insurance people offering services locally to people everywhere in the world, right? In an efficient way, thanks to their ability to count on Fida, and also on the other end, people having a investment vehicle that is not just producing them revenue yield, but also they know is helping people around the world protect their homes from fire protection because the larger reinsurers have left California, or to give out any particular example, or provide farm insurance to smaller communities in Africa that otherwise couldn't get the protection that they need. So that's what I see us doing in 5 years.
Great answer. I loved it. Okay, so let's get it to OdyC because we are Greeks, okay? 99% of us are Greeks. Living abroad, living in Greece, doesn't matter. Now, let's say the NFT goes well, the NFTs will go well. What can I, as a Greek Cardano fanatic and Fida Finance supporter, what products will I have? Let's say not right now, in a year from now. I would like to hear that.
So join the Discord and go to our, once it's live on mainnet, you can yourself buy the Fida cards and participate in the yield, right, of providing insurance to whoever we've secured first, right? So we'll go live with 3 or 4 different insurers and buy their cards, prove that we can that they will find the capital, right? That they will be able to work with a blockchain ecosystem to provide capacity to their clients and customers.
Okay, that is about supporting, I understand, but which product can I serve, will be able to serve in Greece to my clients, let's say, in 1 year from now?
You mean you as an insurance expert?
Yes, let's say as a broker.
Oh, we would go and prepare a treaty. So depending on whatever we agree, eventually you'll get collateral. You'll get capacity to take on insurance risk from Fida in Greece.
Very interesting. Okay, and I don't remember if we talked about the NFTs, the founders NFTs. Can you tell us about it?
We did. Yes, I'll try to say it differently. So the Founders NFTs was an initiative we decided to take on both as a raising mechanism, but also a reward mechanism to the people that have been with us since the beginning. And Founder NFTs, if you are a broker, like the scenario that you're thinking for yourself, will give you discounts in applying for, because the mechanism, right? It is a reinsurance company. You want to put in a policy, right? You want to put in a treaty, and then there's a fee for that. And you processing claims also has its own set of costs, and you would get discounts immediately. You would also get this icon of being a founder So when people want to invest in you, they will clearly see you've been with the system since the beginning, and it's a very nice reward and signaling mechanism for people that are out there. Additionally, if and I haven't even touched the decentralization bit, but if you're an investor, there's also going to be benefits for you, right? If you're going on to the Fida platform to put your money and provide the insurers with the capital, right, the collateral that they need, you also get benefits by being a founder, and that's basically the key of what we want to do. So that's
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Yes, very nice answers. I believe in 1 year from now, maybe we make a space again, and I believe we have much more to talk about.
I'm sure we will.
Thank you very much. It was very helpful because we completely, I think, understood all the Fida Finance projects. So from me, I'm finished, and I hope anyone from the audience wants to ask anything. I hope they will come up and ask it. Thank you very much.
Yeah, we're approaching an hour. So I will repeat to follow each other, repost the space for more people to listen to it. Elias, now it's the time.
I can go on forever, but I have to respect everybody's time. We're coming to 1 hour, so I have hundreds of questions, but
Well, okay, I give you one more.
one more.
Or
Did I
two,
understand?
if Rodolfo isn't. If Rodolfo has the time, okay.
You're planning to create a platform through which it's going to be your tool for adjusters, insurers, clients, companies to communicate and find opportunities from and to, right? Is that correct?
Yes, ultimately, yes.
And that platform, in the background of that platform, there will be oracles and a very strong code that will connect and provide, share, look for information. So it will automatically, I guess an AI agent will be there to calculate the risk. And
Elias, you're reading between the lines. You're saying so much more than I actually did.
Well, you see, risk is my job. That's what I'm trying to understand how all this, from your previous space, I'm trying to understand how all this is going to click together, and how it's going to be easier, smarter, wiser for a child to use, a teenager to use, and at the same time, it's going to be cheaper for the companies, more attractive for the average user, and the consumer will benefit, and everybody will be happy. Is that what you're trying to do?
That's exactly what we're trying to do. That's exactly it. You've even gone beyond everything that I've said. Yeah.
Simple. But so tough.
No, everything you added is so much extra work. But yes, we
Extra work. You know who is doing all that work in the Web3 spaces? Yes, mostly the devs.
No one has done this before. You're unique.
Okay.
Thank you,
Rodolfo.
Questions.
Rodolfo, thank you very much for today. Is there anything else that you would like to share about Fida Finance that we haven't covered?
Not at all. I think I thank you so much for helping me articulate and share the the vision, the story of what it is that we're actually building. I know our documentation isn't that great, so these spaces really help us get that out there and make everyone aware. So thank you guys so much. Please join us on our Discord server. Follow up on us. I think we will be giving the founders a sneak peek into the application, right? The actual web app that we're writing.
Yeah, we'll do.
Etc.
We'll do. Thank you. We'll have a section in our Discord server for Cardano projects. I think Fida Finance has a place.
Perfect.
Thank you very much again. Let's do that again in a while. When in 6 months maybe we have more and more to say to the people out there.
What about tomorrow?
You have that many more questions?
Let's give that guy a day to rest and do it tomorrow. Yeah, the day after tomorrow, it's better. Okay, thank you very much, everyone that attended to our space. Hope to see you again in the next space, in another space with another project, Cardano project. That's all, folks. Bye bye. Have a great evening.
Pleasure speaking to you all. Thanks again.